The girl leapt forward and lay down on her mother's coffin. She felt her mother's warmth for the very last time. It wasn't until the workers drove her away that she reluctantly stood up. Because this was a free public cemetery, without extra payment, there wouldn't even be a tombstone, nor any sign to mark the spot. Once the dirt filled the grave and was level, the girl would never again find where her mother rested in peace. On her way out, she turned back with deep reluctance. Now, her mother lived only in her heart, but she herself had no one to rely on. At that moment, the girl finally realized that if she continued to wander the streets, her fate would be just as tragic as her mother's. Only by continuing her education could she hope to change her own destiny. If you are also at a low point in life, please watch this story patiently until the end. It might very well change your life forever. The girl's name was Liz. Although she had both parents, she grew up wandering the streets like an orphan. Her mother's temper was wildly unpredictable. Years of drug abuse had left her schizophrenic. Her father, he didn't just drink heavily, he also used drugs, and he never cared for his two daughters. It was as if he lived entirely in his own world. The family's only source of income was the government's child welfare payments, but her mother would always trick them away. Liz survived only by digging for leftovers in trash cans. Every time she walked into the classroom, she was met with insults and mockery because her body reeked of a foul smell and her hair was crawling with lice. It wasn't that she didn't like being clean, but her family couldn't even pay the water bill. The bathtub was full of dirty water. That day, she came to take an exam, but the teacher was about to take her test paper away.
Oh, give me the test, Liz. There's no point teaching that.
No, I'll take it.
But you've been here, what, 3 times this month?
I'll take it. It doesn't look that hard.
Seeing the determination in Liz's eyes, the teacher allowed her to continue. After the exam, the teacher stopped her and asked with concern, "You really do have a bit of an odor on you. Didn't your mom remind you about it?" Kind-hearted Liz chose to shoulder the blame alone. She lied and said it was all her fault, that she simply forgot to take a bath. The kind teacher didn't expose her lie. Instead, she asked if Liz wanted to take a shower there. Then she brought her a set of clean clothes, telling her to change after she was done. Afterward, the teacher unfolded Liz's test paper. Liz had scored a perfect 100. The teacher asked curiously, "How did you manage this? You haven't even been coming to school." Liz calmly replied, "A neighbor lady gave me a set of old encyclopedias she picked out of a trash can. The questions just happened to all be in there. I was just lucky." The teacher began to see Liz differently. She was not only smart, but also humble. The teacher insisted Liz must come to class every day. If she didn't, the teacher would report her parents to the welfare agency. Liz agreed. When she got home, she couldn't wait to show her mom the test paper. But instead of looking happy, her mom's face was full of sorrow. It turned out she had just been diagnosed with AIDS. To get clean from drugs, she wanted to take Liz's older sister and move in with Liz's grandfather. But Liz strongly objected, because her grandfather had a violent temper. In the end, her mom still took her sister and left. Hungry all day, Liz had nothing but tap water and stale cookies to fill her stomach. Then, people from the welfare agency suddenly barged in. Liz hadn't been to school for weeks, and the teacher had really reported them. They were ready to take Liz by force to a shelter. Panicked, Liz desperately explained, trying to defend her father. But to her shock, her father silently packed her things for her, until the moment Liz was taken away. He never said a single word, not even a goodbye. Liz understood then she had been abandoned. From that day on, she was completely alone, like a fallen leaf drifting wherever the wind blew. Worse still, life at the shelter was even more unbearable than home. Most of the girls there were troublemakers from society. Every day was filled with fights and violence. On her very first day there, scalding hot porridge was dumped all over Liz. She screamed in agony, while the other girls laughed cruelly. This was their way of welcoming newcomers. But Liz still held on to a sliver of hope. They're just kids, she thought. How bad could they really be? Until one day, she saw a girl pour acid into another girl's shampoo bottle right in front of her. The blood-curdling screams that followed echoed through the entire shelter. Liz finally realized these weren't just kids, they were demons. To survive, she volunteered to do all the dirtiest chores, just to stay out of their way. And like that, she endured 7 long years among the demons. At 15, Liz finally found a chance to escape. Homeless again, she had no choice but to seek out her mom at her grandfather's house. To her surprise and delight, her mom had stopped using drugs and looked much healthier. Her mom even took her shopping and reminisced about happy memories from the past. Liz thought the day was the most beautiful day of her life. She believed their family could finally be whole again. But her mom revealed a sad truth. Liz's father had been sent to a homeless shelter because he couldn't pay rent, and her mom wasn't as normal as she seemed. Now, she had turned to alcohol, drinking heavily every day just to get by. Liz's return only fueled her grandfather's simmering anger.
Your mother's dying. Your piece of trash father walked out. You stuck me with a lot of you. Did I ask for this in my old age? Did I? What are you doing? That suits me. You'll end up trash anyway. Just like your parents.
Liz was once again left homeless. Thankfully, she met Chris. Maybe it was because of their shared suffering, but they became best friends from the very first day. When they were tired, they slept in the subway. When they were hungry, they begged on the streets. When they couldn't bear it anymore, they stole canned food from nearby convenience stores. Liz believed that as long as her mom was around, she would always have a home. She often snuck back to visit her, but fate wasn't done tormenting her. One day, Liz passed by a bar her mom often went to. Inside, she saw a pile of loose change on the table. Liz learned that her mom had died earlier that morning. The coins were donations people had left behind. Hearing this news, Liz broke down completely. She ran out, holding back tears. She ran to the wall where she often sat alone. Only in that hidden corner, where no one was watching, could she finally drop her mask and let her pain show. Liz could no longer contain her grief. She burst into tears, sobbing uncontrollably. The family she had fought so hard to hold together, finally, completely shattered in that moment. If you want to see what happens next, please follow me. The new chapter will be updated soon.